everybody. I welcome you all in this LinkedIn live session as a curtain raiser to our program on Region to Reclaim, a journey towards regenerative cotton in India, a program that we are organizing on 29th of November at Nagpur. And to talk more about this program, today I have our honored guest with us, Mr. Franco Constantini from Franco is joining us from UK, and he represents Control Union and Region Agri certification. I welcome you, Franco.
Hi, Lydia.
And so Franco, would you briefly like to also share more about the Control Union and maybe about the Region Agri certification? We'll talk more about it, but maybe if you would like to talk a little bit about your organization.
Yes, we are a global organization. We are operating in approximately 80 countries. What we do is supporting organization to achieve their sustainability goals. Regenerative agriculture has become a key part of our support since the last few years. Especially with the launch of the Region Agri initiative, which Control Union is also supporting and auditing against.
Sure. So, Franco, as we are talking about the regenerative agriculture, why do you think this regenerative agriculture has become so important and is being considered as quintessential in current times? Would you like to talk a little bit more about it?
Yes, it's for many different reasons, of course. Without going into too many granular details for each of those reasons, but generally speaking, is a system of farming which is going for improving soil health and also fighting climate change, so also helping to reduce emissions and sequestering more CO2. There are many components around regenerative agriculture which are bringing an environmental benefit. I mentioned, of course, increase of soil organic matter, increase of biodiversity is another very important pillar within a regenerative framework. Reduction of greenhouse gases and sequestration of CO2, of course, is part of it. Water quality, water management, and land management are also important parts of regenerative transition. So basically, a message behind regenerative agriculture is environmental outcome, is security of food, and also security of the wealth of whoever is farming, and of course organizations linked to the farming activities.
Yeah. No, certainly I totally agree to you. Also, considering the situation that we are in now, we say that we are in a carbon constrained world. And the world around us is also taking commitments towards net zero. We are hearing a lot about these things. In case of India, also Prime Minister had in the Paris Conference of Parties, India had taken nationally determined commitments to build 2.5 billion tons of carbon pool, and I think regenerative agriculture will be also contributing to that. Considering that this program around cotton is also something which is linked with the commercial, industry, and there are so many brands, companies associated in the value chain, and they must be asking the credibility of, the claims that regen agriculture is making, and in that sense, they must be asking for, certification or compliance to the standard. So I learned that you have, got a standard Region Agri certification, a standard and certification system. So could you also throw more light on this in this regard, and share like what different dimensions this certification system covers? And yeah.
Yes. So the Region Agri initiative, just to give you a bit of background, has been launched 3 years ago. It is supported by a governance team. A governance team is basically a group of organizations which are supporting the technical development of the scheme. The structure of the initiative is the following. There is the Region Agri program, which includes standards and methodologies, and of course the focus for the standards is farms. And then there is the Region Agri digital hub, which is where all data coming from a Region Agri project are recorded, where we measure the outcome, we measure the regenerative status of farms, and we are also able to provide a measurement of progress over time. So basically telling farms and also supply chains how they are improving over time. So when we speak of the standard, is basically a standard including 30 items. Those items are from water quality, water management, farming practices, of course, including cover cropping, intercropping, rotations, and others, land management, soil management, and of course there is a piece of biodiversity and greenhouse gases. So the standard is there to provide these 30 criteria, both practice-based and also outcome-based. The methodology is the document which says how these standard criteria must be applied depending on the specific conditions of the farm. So contextualization of the regional assessment is a key part of the program. We do not apply a typical blanket approach, but we are checking which conditions the farms are operating in, and based on those conditions which are a climate region, type of soil, type of operation, based on those conditions, then the right assessment and the right scoring is applied. It's a program which is providing I would say 3 key messages. One is scalability, because when we speak of climate targets, when we speak of environmental targets, those targets are always time bound. So the scale is very important to allow us to reach the targets that have been set by many organizations, can be public, private, and others. Scalability, it's assurance of claims, which means the standard, regional standard, is third-party audited, which means everything coming from a Region Agri assessment and Region Agri certification has been third-party verified. Therefore, it comes with the credentials which are important for the supply chain. You mentioned brands, of course. Brands are looking for a program which gives assurance of the claims, which allows them to give a message out to their consumer, but also allowing them to acquire validated data that can be used for their environmental reporting. So it can be data on reduction of emissions, it can be data on reduction or improvement of water, or improvement in chemical use, and so on, many others. The program is rolled out globally. It's now including approximately 50,000 farms, of course, including smallholders. It's across different geographies. Asia, India is a key region. South America, USA, Turkey, other European countries are also implementing Region Agri. And of course, Region Agri looks at the whole farm, so adopts an holistic approach, which means cotton is a key commodity within the scheme, but we also have an increasing volume of projects with palm, with sugarcane, with coffee, with grains. So that's I would say it's a very positive momentum that we are seeing.
Sure. And certainly this kind of certification will be so much helpful to multiple of brands to be able to have this confidence that practices being advocated are actually being implemented on ground. So I also want to understand from you, so for the 29th of November program in Lee Meridian Hotel at Nagpur, we have got multiple of brands like Arvind Mills, H&M, M&S, Warner, and I think Louis Dreyfus, Olam have also confirmed. Similarly, we have also got confirmation from Cotton Corporation of India. And so we have got multiple of stakeholders, that we have got in the same room on that day. So could you throw more light on what is the objective of bringing these multiple stakeholders together, and what are we trying to achieve on 29th of September?
Yes, I'm very looking forward to the event. I think it's a great opportunity to exchange, to engage with all different sides of this environment. So exchange and discuss with the farms representatives, discuss with brands, discuss with traders. The intention is to discuss on some plans, some tangible plans that will allow the regenerative transition scaling up in India, starting of course with where we are now with Region Agri, and with Region Agri of course keeping the position of the scheme of the framework implemented for this transition, and basically discuss with all these players how and which are the next steps to include more and more farms. We already have around 40,000 farms in India certified Region Agri, which is a very good situation. But of course, here the intention is to share the great progress that we've been bringing from India, and bringing more people on the table and see how they can engage as well with the program.
Sure. So, ladies and gentlemen, that was Mr. Franco Constantini from Region Agri Certification, Managing Director, Region Agri Certification. And I thank you, Franco, for being with us for this LinkedIn Live session. I would just like to share the program poster that for the program. So this is Reclaim to Regenerate towards regenerative cotton sector in India. The program being organized on 29th of November 2022, and we expect a good gathering on that day. And maybe Franco, would you like to say any words of encouraging more people joining us, maybe virtually, because the virtual participation registrations are still open? Would you like to say one line?
Of course, yes. I mean, it's I think it's a great opportunity to hear virtually, of course, to also hear what we are doing, what we together with other organizations, Solidaridad and Center for Responsible Business, are really doing in India. But of course, the case of India can be also considered for other regions as well. So yes, of course, I would extend the invite to people joining remotely.
Yeah, sure. Thank you again. And
thank you,
I look forward to see you and learn a lot from you and other participants during the program. Thank you so much.
Thank you. See you soon. Bye.
See you. Bye.